The Africa Circular Plastic Project is an initiative realized through the generous funding of the Japanese government. Africa Circular Plus, as it is known, is aimed at transforming Africa's approach to plastic waste by promoting circular economy principles. Instead of the traditional linear model of make, use, dispose, this project emphasizes reducing plastic use, reusing materials, and recycling waste to minimize environmental impact and foster sustainable development. Nigeria generates a significant amount of plastic waste, estimated at 2.5 million tons annually. This makes it a major contributor to global plastic pollution and a leading source of marine debris. While there are efforts to address the problem, including recycling initiatives and policies, the sheer volume of waste and inadequate infrastructure pose significant challenges. The country is ranked among the top 10 global plastic waste polluters. Lagos, the commercial capital, generates approximately 870,000 tons of plastic waste annually, most of which are sachet water bags and single-use plastics that end up in waterways and landfills. Factors contributing to the problem: rapid population growth, lack of adequate waste management infrastructure, low recycling rates of 10% to 12%, bulk importation of plastics, low collection rates, environmental and health impact, pollution of water, bodies, soils, and the air, microplastics entering the food chain, posing risks to human and animal health, uncontrolled dump sites that contribute to soil and water contamination. Efforts to address the problem, government initiatives to implement policies and regulations aimed at reducing plastic waste, including bans on single-use plastics and plans for phased elimination. Recycling initiatives focusing on community engagement and waste collection. Circular economy principles to promote reuse and recycle rather than discard. Key achievements in Nigeria: delivered the national guidelines for the implementation of extended producer responsibility (EPR) for packaging aligned with circular economy principles. Held multi-stakeholder consultations to build national buy-in and clarify roles in EPR implementation. Conducted field missions to key plastic packaging producers in Lagos, Kano, and Ogun states to assess readiness and foster collaboration. Developed a draft enforcement and compliance plan to support EPR rollout. Raised the visibility of Nigeриa's regulatory mandate, setting the stage for stronger engagement with producers. Identified the need for a national plastics registry to enhance traceability and industry accountability. Notable examples in Nigeria: Lagos Circular Economy Hotspot 2022, a platform to accelerate circular economy conversations and investments. Japan Circular Economy Projects, focused on capacity building and recycling innovation hubs. FMCG industry-led coalitions, e.g., Food and Beverage Recycling Alliance, FBRA, partner with recyclers to recover plastic packaging. Zimbabwe. Plastic pollution in Zimbabwe poses significant environmental and public health challenges. The country generates over 300,000 tons of plastic waste annually, much of which is improperly disposed of, with low waste collection rates leading to clogged sewers and storm drains. This mismanagement contributes to flash floods and the spread of waterborne diseases such as cholera and dysentery. Despite a partial ban on certain plastic products, enforcement remains inconsistent. Items like K-Lite, expanded polystyrene, are still widely used, especially in informal markets. The Environmental Management Agency, EMA, has initiated measures to reduce plastic waste, including promoting recycling and advocating for biodegradable alternatives. However, challenges persist due to limited resources and public awareness. Community-led initiatives are emerging as effective responses to the crisis. In Harare's Glenview suburb, a group of women under the Zero Waste Initiative collect and sort plastic waste, which they resell to recycling companies. This not only reduces environmental pollution, but also provides income opportunities for local residents. Educational institutions are also contributing to the effort. At Makomo Primary School in Epworth, students participate in an environment club that recycles plastic waste into creative items like school bags and model generators. The club collaborates with a waste management firm to sell sorted plastics, integrating environmental education with practical recycling efforts. These initiatives underscore the importance of community engagement and education in addressing plastic pollution. However, comprehensive strategies involving stricter enforcement of regulations, increased public awareness, and investment in waste management infrastructure are essential for sustainable progress. Zimbabwe is making significant strides toward a circular plastic economy, focusing on reducing plastic waste through recycling and upcycling initiatives that also foster economic empowerment. On an industrial scale, companies like Stable Packaging in Masvingo process approximately 15 metric tons of plastic waste monthly, transforming it into products such as irrigation pipes and planter bags. This initiative not only reduces plastic pollution, but also provides employment opportunities, particularly for women who collect and supply the plastic waste. These collective efforts underscore Zimbabwe's commitment to a circular plastic economy, turning environmental challenges into opportunities for sustainable development and community empowerment. Key achievements in Zimbabwe: conducted the first ever microplastics assessment in the Manyame River Basin to establish environmental and groundwater baselines. Produced an updated plastic flow inventory to guide policy decisions and optimize resource allocation. Developed national recycling guidelines to standardize waste practices and improve recyclate quality. Completed a cost-benefit analysis on the recycling of PET, HDPE, LDPE, and PP plastics, highlighting economic potential and infrastructure gaps. Designed a phased EPR roadmap to support inclusive integration of informal waste workers. Challenges that remain. Despite progress, challenges exist. Inadequate waste management infrastructure. Limited financing for large-scale recycling. Fragmented informal waste sector needing more integration and protection. Need for national policy enforcement and monitoring. Despite the numerous challenges, the Africa Circular Plastic Project will continue to positively and progressively impact the use, reuse, and recycling of plastics in Africa through the support of partners such as the Japanese government and with the partnership of government agencies, private sector, and the public at large. Our collective membership to the Africa Circular Economy Alliance will also lead to better coordinated and integrated approaches towards transitioning to circular economies for the continent of Africa. Together we can scale up our circular plastic economy.